It's kind of genius what they've done. I'm actually really just kind of shocked at how it's so simple yet so genius. I feel like what they've done is they've basically said, okay, we're living in a time of all these other free-to-play online shooters and all the different things they offer, and we don't want to not be Halo. We don't want to do necessarily a battle royale or change the core of Halo's big team experience. So instead, what they did is they kept big team battle exactly as you know it, and it has these experience from prior Halos. But they're like, okay, so what we're going to do is weapons spawn on racks on the wall, which gives it this more lived-in, experience. They're not on the floor. So it's really the same as it's always been. You just grab it from a different place. Then they're like, okay, we're going to bring in vehicles on, Pelicans that are actually seen in gameplay, coming in and delivering it on the map. It's going to have your commander talking in your ear. So it's like, for all intents and purposes, it's the exact same thing we would have experienced in any other Halo where it's spawning in, but it gives this like real-time war vibe, like this, like so much is going on. Like just imagine if you've already got, a teammate in a tank and another teammate in a ghost and one on a mongoose, and you got like 4 or 5 players engaged in combat on foot battle. Then you have a Pelican dropping in. You're just like, holy, there's so much shit going on. It just seems like this big scale war. Like dropping off weapons. They've managed to take. It's almost like they've just added a lot more theatrics to what we already had. With your AIs and Spartan Lorette. I mean, it's just really cool. I'm excited about it.
It is. I mean, I'm like mixed about it, but I'm mixed in a very excited way because I mean, it's a new thing. I don't know how it's really going to feel in the moment, but I'm excited at the possibilities for it because, like, if a Pelican is bringing in a Wraith, and that's kind of the game's way, like the match's way of telling you, like, hey, this Wraith is about to spawn in at this specific location or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a whole new gameplay element that we haven't really had in a Halo before. Where like now where every player on every team is seeing this Pelican from above visually fly in, rather than like have a respawn timer. They're seeing it fly in, and therein creates that kind of choke point of like, you're looking up at it and the enemy players are looking at it, and then if you're thinking of going there, whether or not you are or aren't, that they're considering the same thing right now, and they're thinking, are we going to go there or not? And therein creates that kind of rush to go to this thing, and that's not something we've really had before outside of power weapons. But at the same time, I don't really know if I'm going to like that long term, so that's why I'm really excited to kind of see them do it. Like I'm excited for the flighting, not because they'd be able to take it out of the flighting if it gets an overwhelming like criticism. People don't like it, but like I'm sure it's actually super fun, and I'm sure it's going to create some really awesome new moments, new memories and stuff. But it's brand new, so really excited to check it out.
Well, I could see it as a huge plus and minus depending on how you look at it. So the minus is right off the bat, if you're if you're a really long-time Halo player and you love competitive multiplayer and you're good at it, one of your skills is that at the core of the Halo multiplayer experiences, knowing the map layout, knowing where weapons spawn, knowing their spawn timers. That gives you an up on all other players. But that's something that you really have to be ingrained in the experience to have down. Mm-hmm. Whereas now they're going to say, okay, between the academy, between the Pelican dropping stuff in, warning you when stuff's going to spawn, now players who aren't as knowledgeable will be able to have the same advantages as someone who has just played the game a ridiculous amount of time.